Workshop on Nagaland Disaster Risk Reduction Roadmap 2023-2030 under the aegis of Nagaland State Disaster Management Authority, in collaboration with United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, was organised at Capital Convention Centre, Kohima, on August 8th. The inaugural session was graced by NSDMA and NRE advisor Z. Nyusietho Nyuthe. He said that Nagaland is located in the most vulnerable seismic zone. To address these natural threats, the NSDMA, under the visionary leadership of Neiphiu Rio, Chief Minister Nagaland and Chairman NSDMA, has made Nagaland Disaster Risk Reduction Roadmap, with a hope that this will secure the future of Nagaland from such risks, he said. He said that NDRR is a policy document designed to achieve long-term resilience in the state from threats posed by climate and disaster risks. Meanwhile, the advisor congratulated the NSDMA officials for vigorously pursuing to make Nagaland State a knowledge house for disaster management. NSDMA Joint Chief Executive Officer Johnny Ruang Mai said that the workshop aims to provide practical guidance for stakeholders to take actions to minimize the impact of disaster in the state, reduce disaster risks, mitigate the impact of climate change, and achieve sustainable development goals. Earlier, the inaugural session was chaired by Thejangule Zhao, Assistant Manager, Project and Resources, NSDMA, while vote of thanks was proposed by Rendemo Shitio, Assistant Manager, Response and Co-Admin, NSDMA.
As we gather here with a shared commitment to address one of the most pressing issues of the present time, which is disaster risk reduction and management, it is both an honor and privilege for me to welcome you all to this workshop on the Nagaland Disaster Risk Reduction Roadmap 2023-30. The importance of a collaborative approach to disaster risk reduction. Together, we can leverage our collective expertise and resources to develop practical and effective solutions tailored to our local context. I would like to call upon Sri Johnny Rongmai, Joint Chief Executive Officer, for the welcome address.
Advisor Sri Nyusietho Nyuthe, the advisor to the Nagaland State Disaster Management Authority and NRE, Government of Nagaland. Sri Mukunda and Rahul, who had come all the way from Guwahati and Delhi from the UNICEF's office. We place on record our sincere gratitude to UNICEF for providing the hand-holding support while we are coming up with this Nagaland Disaster Risk Reduction Roadmap. It is also going to be one of the lead state in the country to be doing this disaster risk reduction roadmap. Currently working on the 16th Finance Commission. I think most of the key line departments might have already been informed by the Finance Department to submit your draft memo to be included in the 16th Finance Commission. So while we are working on the 16th Finance Commission, this is a very, very good opportunity for us to be including these activities which we have already agreed upon in the vision document, that you will have to incorporate those activities in the 16 Finance Commissions while we are submitting. And that is going to really be another added wing for you to carry out these activities. Last but not the least, the importance of disaster risk reduction is getting its momentum, not only because of the resources availability, not because of any other things, but it is because of the climate pattern changing. We have been also telling to the NHI this year that the way they are constructing road is not right, and they never listen to us. And if you see, till today, from Dimapur to Kohima, we are supposed to be getting a 4-lane road, but still we are getting only a 2-lane road, which is due, very, very due to be delivered. So now, if before we carried out the 4-lane constructions of Kohima Dimapur Road, if the concerned agencies or the department or the authorities were to look at what we are doing and why we are doing, it would have been done much better, and today we would have been enjoying a very good 4-lane road.
Strategic documents designed by NSDMA with the technical support of our UNICEF, invested strategy action plans for different stakeholders. It has estimated the baseline of disaster loss and damage in the state, set detailed action under each, that is under Sendai framework policy, defined in collaborations from various stakeholders, and set attainable target in alignment with national and global framework, such as the Prime Minister 10-point agenda, the Sendai framework for disaster risk reductions, and the Sustainable Development Goals. This workshop, led by NSDMA in collaboration with UNICEF, is an effort to explore the way required for the progressive implementation of the roadmap in the coming day in its true spirit. I believe every one of you, the stakeholders from different line department, will benefit immensely from this workshop, especially in understanding the relevance of resilient governance system, efficient social sector services, livelihood resilience, emergency response system, infrastructure resilience, and risk-informed urban developments for bringing long-term resilience to the state. Since it is an activity-based workshop, I encourage each participant to actively learn the art of result-oriented project, proposals, formulations, method, and technique, which have been designed exclusively considering Nagaland topography, geomorphology, and culture in mind. By the end of this workshop, each participant will have the skill to develop a DRR proposal equating the values of a climate and disaster resilience Nagaland. Our expert from NSDMA and UNICEF will explain the detailed implementation process of the roadmap, involving the role of various stakeholders, including the government, academia, private sector, and civil society too. By securing sustained commitment of human and financial resources from all stakeholders, we aim to minimize disruption caused by disaster and enhance our capacity to recover swiftly from any future hazard. The launch of this NDRR roadmap signifies a pivotal advancement toward a safer and more resilient Nagaland, underscoring our collective dedications to strengthen preparedness for preserving our landscape and heritage from disaster risks and ensuring sustainable development. Together, let us build a resilient Nagaland where every citizen can thrive without the fear of disaster. Once again, I thank all the stakeholders for your participation in this workshop, and I also congratulate the NSDMA official for vigorously pursuing to make our state a knowledge house for disaster management. Thank you, and may Nagaland continue to flourish and prosper. Thank you.
I would like to begin with the most important people here this morning, the officers and nodal officers from the different line department. At the outset, I would like to thank them for being here, for taking this step ahead, one step ahead from the race to ensure that the initiative of the government towards building safer and resilient Nagaland is achieved.